For centuries, portraiture has been one of the most important genres of painting. Even amid the development of new art movements and styles, portraits have been an enduring staple of art production. In the case of commissioned portraits, these canvases demonstrate the technical prowess of the painter, as well as the inclinations, affluence, and significance of the subject. But what does an uncommissioned portrait tell us? Dubbed the Grand Old Man of Philippine art, Fernando Amorsolo was widely recognized for his idyllic landscapes and pastoral scenes, but was also one of the country's most popular portraitists before and after World War II. This portrait of a Bagobo chief is a rare find in the prolific career of our first national artist. While Amorsolo depicted several imaginings of our pre-colonial past and the peoples of the Cordilleras at work, his portrayals of indigenous peoples from southern Philippines are few. This canvas is the smallest portrait in the Ayala Museum's collection and encourages a more intimate viewing experience. Unlike many portraits that are made to be hung in public buildings or spacious living rooms, this canvas, even smaller than a sheet of letter-sized paper, was not intended to be seen from afar, and perhaps not even by many. We are met by the gaze of the sitter, whose identity remains currently unknown, but is identifiable as a Bagobo datu or chief by his ornate attire. On his head is a red tangkulo, or headcloth, embellished with numerous white and blue trade beads along the edge and profuse yellow and dark blue tassels at the corners. On his right ear is a large gading, an ivory ear ornament worn by elite Bagobo men. Strings of trade beads run under his chin, likely fastened to an identical ivory disc on his left ear. While both Bagobo men and women wore large ear ornaments, ivory had to be sourced through international trade networks, and according to some accounts, could therefore cost as much as 1 carabao for one ornament in the early 1910s. The sitter's jacket, or ompak kamama, appears ornately decorated, though rendered in quick, painterly strokes by the artist. Painted in the mid-1930s, this work was created during the later years of American occupation of the Philippines. When the United States entered the Treaty of Paris and annexed the Philippines, they justified their brand of colonialism under the slogan of benevolent assimilation to civilize Filipinos after more than 250 years of Spanish rule. Other than the 1904 Louisiana Purchase exhibition, where they displayed hundreds of Philippine indigenous peoples, American books and magazines also circulated images of different cultural groups, exoticizing them, whether intentionally or inadvertently. The Bagobo, in particular, were recognized in early anthropological studies as one of the most handsomely dressed. Thus, it becomes all the more remarkable that in this intimate portrait, it is the sitter's gaze that is most striking. Unlike the short and brisk dabs of bright paint used to signify the datu's attire, multiple blended colors and a variety of short and long sweeping strokes were used to carefully define facial features and hair. The portrait is thus suffused with a quiet dignity, centering our focus on the person rather than the embellishments. The sitter's almost lifelike visage is in sharp contrast to the quick rendering or impressionist touches in his ornate garments. Perhaps this portrait was the artist's way of reminding us that it is the respect for human dignity that is the true measure of civilization.